Mr. Mukasa, I think you've had the preamble, the introduction I've given,
yes.
And I want you to take us through what is happening right now. Students have started reporting to school, I think, over the weekend, but most importantly, the official day was yesterday. So what is the situation like down there in terms of students reporting back to school?
The situation down there is just 50-50.
50-50.
When it comes to the owners of schools, school administrators, the turn-up is still low.
Okay.
Turn-up is still low. They have not yet received all learners as expected.
Okay.
Possibly due to the financial constraints faced by parents.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we talk about that particular aspect of financial constraints? We have seen some of the children already bounced back home. Is it not inappropriate? Because at the first day, at least you could have mercy and maybe the child studies for 1, 2, 3 days as a parent is looking for money.
Yeah, but what is happening, these schools have classes.
Okay.
They have classes. There are schools that need zero balance. There are schools that can accept payment in house and others. So it depends on the type of school where the parent has taken the learner or the child. But most schools around Kampala here, Wakiso, these other areas, you find that they have some targets. In order to accept a child or a student to report, one must have paid a certain amount of money.
Okay.
Yes.
So the parents must be knowing the level.
Yes, the level.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hey.
Yes.
Interesting. And looking at the issue of school fees, isn't it appropriate maybe for the parents? Because we have seen so many of them do complain.
Yes.
Do you think it is a reason of the schools hyping up school fees every time, or it is just parents who have not yet seen their actual, can I still call it, level?
The challenge at times is on the schools. Yes. They keep on hiking school fees.
Okay.
Now and again, every term. And on top of that, there are some other issues. Requirements are too much. So it becomes a very big challenge on the side of the parent.
Okay.
Yes.
And I understand you're from the private union of it. Can we look at, because this is where the hyping has been so much. Yes, even government schools do raise the money, but it has been so common in the private sector.
Yes.
Have you, as a union, tried to address such a challenge, such an issue?
We are trying to address, but of course we are finding a very big challenge. Yes. Because with the issue of privatization, it might not be very easy to handle such a situation.
Okay.
Even the government itself, of recent, there was an issue of school fees. They wanted to set a standard. They advised directors not to hike fees, but it's a very big challenge.
Okay.
It has no uniform amount. One is charging 1 million, another one 4 million, another one 800, 200, like that.
So there is no law that binds everyone together that do not escalate the money like this?
Yes.
Wow.
There is no law that addresses the issue of fees. Yeah, the exact amount a certain school should charge.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about now the children that are going back, that are now in school. What expectations do you have from them, basically, in this third term, a promotional term?
The students are expected to work hard because it's a promotional term. Yes.
By the way, isn't it a short one? And what activities do we find in this? Is it just exams and sort of? Because I understand that tours or sort of, do they be considered in this particular term, or?
We might say it's not a short one. It is almost like any other term, but the activities which are there make it short, depending on the class.
Okay.
Because we have candidate classes, we have P7, we have Senior 4, we have Senior 6.
Okay.
To such a class, it is a short term. Because this is September.
September, yes.
By mid-October, Senior 4s will be doing.
Sure.
Then after that, P7, Senior 6. So it depends on the class. Otherwise, the term looks to be normal.
Okay. Okay, now let us head to the new curriculum that was introduced. Can you please explain, because we have continuously talked about the new curriculum, but can you give us an overview of what it is like?
The new curriculum is good. The idea is good. It makes a learner handle things practically. It promotes creative thinking, problem solving, and all those other aspects that can help a learner grow very well, and that can educate a whole person. Yes.
Okay. So, and what has it taken like so far?
So far, it is now, this is the 4th year. It started with senior 1. Okay. These candidates we are having are sitting those new exams for the first time. Yes. Everything has changed. Haven't
they been doing these exams, like maybe at the school level, not the national level?
At the school level, they have been doing, but things were not streamlined.
Oh.
So we have had very many challenges because the teachers have been taken through what they are supposed to do, but the things have been changing over time. The first workshop they had talked about something else. The second workshop, like that. And now, the final issue is about UNEB. UNEB is also doing something else.
Okay.
So people have been setting exams over and over again, senior 1, senior 2, they have been making this assessment, but you could find every school, every teacher doing his own thing, the way he gets it. But now we are waiting for UNEB. UNEB will give us a very clear picture about the setting and marking of the new curriculum.
Didn't they do things like pre-mock or sort of like mock and all those things?
Yes, these pre-mocks, mocks have been done. There are even bodies which set mocks, Wakisha and others. But still they are trying to learn, I can say.
It is a continuous process.
Yes. Now they are going to learn from UNEB. And UNEB has not done it. In fact, so far what UNEB has done is to have some retooling. Last week, UNEB invited all examiners. They are now not called examiners. They are called scorers.
Oh.
The language is changing. Each and everything is changing. Yes. A teacher is no longer a teacher. It's called a facilitator.
Oh.
In this new curriculum.
Oh, wow.
So, the person who is marking exams is no longer an examiner, the way we have been doing it. So he's called a scorer.
A scorer.
Yes.
Okay.
We have been calling them marks. You set a question and you allocate marks. 10 marks. They are not marks now. We call them scores, depending. So the language is changing, each and everything is changing. So UNEB has invited the examiners. Okay, now scorers. And they have been trained on how to do what? To mark or how to score.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And they had that retooling last week.
What is retooling?
Now this is something new.
Okay.
It is new. Now they have been marking according to the old what? System or yes. curriculum. And here everything now is what? New. The marks have changed. The way we allocate marks, the points. So this new curriculum addresses some other issues, like critical thinking, applicability, very many things. So the teachers have been marking points, very many points, very many marks.
I heard, was it even last time that yes. students were supposed to submit some work to, I think, UNEB sort of?
Yes.
What is that? Is it assessment sort of?
There is what we call continuous assessment.
Oh, yes.
Now, the previous exams, UNEB has been handling. UNEB sets, the candidates do, then the papers are taken for what? Marking or assessment. But now with this new curriculum, there is a certain percentage that is got from school. Yes, and that is the 20%.
20%.
Then the 80% is determined by UNEB, the final exam. Yes. So the schools have been submitting marks of the 20%. In fact, in the new curriculum, we call them activities of integration.
Okay.
As a teacher is teaching in class, after a topic, a teacher is supposed to give what we call an activity of integration that covers all the things that have been studied in that topic.
Okay.
So the marks are kept in the records at the school, and those marks are now forwarded to UNEB.
But did subjects change?
The subjects have not changed. Some have changed. Basically, it is the content that has changed.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Like history, they have now added political education. It is history and political education.
Okay.
Other subjects have remained the same. Geography, mathematics, but still very many things have taken place. The papers have reduced. You could find people were doing chemistry, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. They are now doing 2 papers.
Okay.
English, there were 2 papers. It is now 1 paper.
1 paper.
Mathematics, there were 2 papers. It is now 1 paper.
Oh, okay.
Geography had 2 papers. It is now 1 what? Paper.
1 paper.
That one has also affected the teachers.
The teachers, oh yeah.
Even the scholars. You find that people who have been working with UNEB, the number has automatically, drastically reduced.
Reduced, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Even those who were invited for retooling were very few.
Okay.
Yes.
Does this address some or some is it, can I say some subjects also, like the maybe basically history and geography? There are some things we learned, like British Columbia, those things, are they still there, or we are now focusing on what we should?
Some are there.
Hey.
Some are there, others are not there.
Okay.
But
even in history,
the new curriculum is trying to make things more practical. Yes.
Okay.
When you look at the history that was taught in the old curriculum,
yes,
they have now added some topics which are really handling the applicability. For example, we are now studying what is taking place now. We look at the structure of government. We look at the legislature.
That's
we look at the judiciary. We look at executive. We analyze issues in class with those learners. We compare the government of Uganda and that one of Kenya and that one of Tanzania, Ghana, USA, China. So the thing is practical. We look at the member of parliament in Uganda. How many are they? How is the government spending its money on these people? How many districts do we have? What could be the possible solutions to address such what challenges? So the new curriculum now is trying to make things more practical.
More practical.
Yes.
Oh, I think that is very interesting. We used to study history, but it was a very big problem on memorizing things. But well, let us look at the training the teachers did undertake. Is it enough? Are they okay now that we are headed for the trial moment?
I can say for the start, they have got something.
Okay.
But it is not enough. Yes, it is not enough.
It is not enough.
Because for the first time, everyone has tried his or her best. The way he has got the new curriculum. And things are going to improve slowly by slowly.
Okay.
This first year, we don't expect people to have perfected, but at least they have tried. Things will improve as we go on.
Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting. And how about the learners themselves? How were they during the whole process of learning? Are they liking it, or they would prefer the old?
The learners are trying to like it.
Okay.
The only thing is, since it started with a different level, the learner is not now able to compare. Yes. All these learners that are going to sit for these exams started with the new curriculum. So there is no gap of comparing. Yes.
How about those who repeated?
Those
who may have failed.
Those who repeated.
Like those who failed UCE last year.
Those who repeated, are now going to sit for the exams of the old curriculum.
Oh.
Yes. So this year we have 2 sets of exams. We have this program of the new curriculum exams, and we have those students who didn't pass very well, and they are repeating.
And how were they studying? Were they studying with these other ones?
No. You find schools have, first of all, members, I mean candidates who are going to sit for the old curriculum are very few. Very few.
Okay.
And not every school has such a candidate. You can find within Kawempe maybe around 20.
Sure.
20. And schools that might be having such are like 2. So these people have been studying. The teachers have been teaching them, but basing on the old what? Curriculum. They have registered. And when they sit for exams, that old curriculum will be phased out. Yes.
Okay. That is really, really interesting. Now we are heading into the exams on whatsoever. But first, what challenges were faced during the implementation or the practice of this new curriculum? Since these youngsters have started it in Senior 1, now they are in Senior 4. What do you think are some of the challenges faced by both the players and also the beneficiaries? The
challenges have been faced by the schools or the teachers.
Oh.
Implementation has not been easy. Yes. First of all, the teachers were supposed to be prepared. And the ministry has tried its best.
Okay.
They have been preparing teachers, calling them for different workshops. But the information has been differing.
Oh.
You could find the first workshop talked about this. The second workshop, they are now changing. Third workshop. So teachers have found somewhat challenges. At first they told them this new curriculum you have to teach. It is student-centered. A teacher is a facilitator. You make students get ideas, then you guide them. That's how it was. You don't give notes. They were supposed to make their own what? Notes.
Okay.
So that was the first information. But later, they're saying, no, the teacher must give notes. So there are now teachers who are following the other old arrangement.
To implement this.
Most especially teachers who don't want to disturb themselves. They will just say, with the new curriculum, you don't give notes.
Wow.
Yet, you make the learner get what he gets, research, then the teacher comes and do what? Guides.
Okay.
So those have been challenges. There are teachers who are doing the other one. This one is also doing this one, like that.
I feel, why do I feel it was a bit of challenging? I'm also like to the old teachers, someone who has been in the using the old system, integrating them into the new system.
Normally, people don't want change.
Oh yeah,
that's what I can say. Normally, people don't want to change.
They oppose it.
You tell somebody, let us change here. Somebody is not willing.
Oh, okay.
So teachers who had taught for very many years could not catch up easily with the new curriculum. That's what UNEB has done also. UNEB has cut off all the examiners.
Wow.
They brought an arrangement that whoever is 55 and above is not going to be invited for the marking of this new curriculum. And I think they have lowered now to 50 and to 45 in some what?
Okay.
In some subjects. Yes, that's what has happened.
That's interesting. And now let us head on and look at the new examinations that we are heading. When are they starting? What are they going to be like? What should someone expect, in other words?
These examinations are beginning in October.
Okay.
That is for Senior 4. October, around October. The exams are different totally from what we have been having.
Are they practical or they will still sit in papers?
They are sitting papers.
Okay.
Theory and practical. Some papers have a practical, others have theories.
Okay.
Basically, the sciences have practicals. Yes.
Okay. So what should we expect from this particular whole new system? Like, we want to get there before the time comes. How prepared should people be? Majorly the learners, the candidates themselves.
The learners should do. By the way, most of them are prepared. They are prepared. Teachers have done whatever it takes. Now they just have to master, everything that has been taught.
Okay.
Yes.
And then for the teachers themselves, how prepared are they for this? Are they also called, okay, maybe the invigilators that we knew? Are they still invigilators, or there is another term? How prepared, how trained are those ones as well?
The invigilators, the issue of invigilation is not a very big issue. It is very simple.
Okay.
These ones are always prepared just a week or two to the exams.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't need much guidance on that.
So long as one is a professional teacher, he knows how to handle.
Okay.
So they will just be called, told, briefed, this is what is going to be done, this is what is going to be done. Similarly, even other stakeholders in the examinations, because we have very many. We have invigilators, we have UNEB scouts, we have area supervisors, there are very many. So when time comes, each group will be briefed on how to handle.
They don't have separate trainings or workshops, sort of?
It is a briefing. It can be briefing for area supervisors.
It's done in the areas, not like a gazetted place, maybe by UNEB, sort of.
UNEB has
regional.
UNEB has different, we call them areas. An area is led by an area supervisor. Okay. When it comes, when you look at Kawempe, Kawempe has, we call it an area. All schools around Kawempe are under one area supervisor. You find another one, Nakawa, like that. Okay. So the area supervisors will prepare the invigilators. Okay. But the scouts are handled by UNEB Secretariat. Yes.
Wow. We are discussing matters to do with the new curriculum, which of course examinations are just next month. That is for UCE, and this is something they have embarked on since joining Senior 1. Quite interesting. If you had someone who is repeating, they are going to do their old system, so do not worry much that how are they going to catch up with the new curriculum and all that. But well, to discuss this more, of course, we are here with me is Mr. Mukasa Joseph, who is taking us through this. But we are going in for a short break and return with more.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Welcome back. You're still watching Issues at Hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV, and today we're discussing matters of the new curriculum. Yes, students or learners have gone back to school, and in just a month time, majorly UCE, the senior fours will be kick-starting their examinations, and this is the first time ever to have the new curriculum examinations at that particular level, which is UNEB. So how prepared they are is what we're discussing. What should we expect? What are the results going to be like is what we are entirely discussing here. And of course with Mr. Joseph Mukasa, who is the Deputy General Secretary for the Uganda Private Teachers Union, taking us through this particular discussion in that regard. So Mr. Mukasa, we're talking about how the curriculum is. Yes. And how the implementation was, and the whole system. How I understand there is an aspect of research. Yes. And so much research. Yes. How do the children, do the students, do the learners carry out their research?
The learners are supposed to carry out research. They go to the internet. By that time, it was introduced. I think they believed that due to technology, everyone can access internet. Oh, yes. Even schools are supposed to have computer labs. So the students are supposed to make research, yes, visit the internet. They also make research, read papers, they consult elders, make visits and others. Okay. And come up with something they present to the teacher, discuss. Then the teacher will try to regulate. Yes. Okay.
Talking about internet, doesn't this require them to have phones?
At the moment, phones are not allowed.
But the system is allowing them. Do all schools have computer labs, well-equipped computer labs?
The schools are supposed to have well-equipped computer labs. Okay. But there are some schools now that are affected, rural schools, hard-to-reach schools. Yes. Maybe they will have to contact the teachers. Then the teachers will regulate. A candidate, a student is not supposed to own a phone in school. In school. Okay. We have not yet allowed that. But a teacher can regulate.
But the ministry is trying to work on allowing that, but with strict regulations.
Yes, but they have not yet confirmed. Okay. It is still...
What impact do you think that will have on children if phones are allowed in schools?
I think it will be okay. To me, it will be okay. Okay. If it is regulated very well. Yes. And the ministry is saying, we have not yet started. It is a proposal. So they are working on the modalities. How are we going to effect it? What is the role of a student, the role of a teacher, the role of a school administrator to ensure that that one does what happens and assists the candidate or the learner very well. Okay. Yes.
Oh, quite interesting. And then the research based from, are they given time? Like, what time are they given to do this research? If you say consulting elders and all those consulting teachers?
This new curriculum is taking a lot of time. Yes, that's what I've realized. Very many activities have to be done. On the side of the student, very many things have to be done. Okay. Yes. So the student is supposed to find time. You make some research. Even the time in class is no longer enough. Wow. Yes. Because when you look at the lessons you have been having, a lesson is 40 minutes. That is a single. A double is 80 minutes. That is 1 hour and 20 what?
Minutes.
Minutes. Then this teacher has to involve the students. He has to leave them to do things on their own. Then the teacher needs time to come and guide. So like when you leave learners to do some reading, to do some discussion, then you come in, the 1 hour and the 20 minutes might not be enough.
Oh.
Yes. So at times they are told to go and make research after classes. Then the following day they come and share, and the teacher does what? Regulates or guides.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. So we are looking at currently it is in the O level where we're having the new curriculum.
Yes.
Are there hopes of it being integrated into the A level and also maybe primary?
With the A level, it is going to start next year.
Next year?
Yes. Because as these people do exams, then they are expected to join senior 5 next year.
It is confirmed?
Yes. And they cannot enroll for A level to undergo the old curriculum. So it is the new curriculum now which is going to continue.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't that challenging? How about those maybe that had sat down, they did not continue immediately? They also have to follow that now?
Possibly they're going to follow. Because these are 2 different levels. I think one can easily cope up in A level.
Okay. How about primary?
Primary, I've not had any information about it. Possibly the ministry will confirm.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So what are the overall expectations? What should we expect from the examinations that we're going to be having? What could be the results maybe? How are we going to, how do you feel the students are going to perform?
The performance, I think, will not change. A bright student will remain a bright student. By the way, the language is now changing. We could mark and make a comment, this one excellent, what, but there are some terms now which they are using. Somebody who has performed very well, we say outstanding. That one is outstanding. Then another one who is in the middle there, moderate. Okay. And the one who has tried, we say basic.
How about keep it up?
Yeah, to the student, you can say keep it up.
Okay.
But the term we use to define a person who has performed very well, we say outstanding. Yes, moderate, basic, like that. So the bright student will be a bright student. It is the grading that is going to change a bit. Yes. And with grading, we cannot yet, at this time, we cannot tell what UNEB is going to do.
By the way, grade, talking about, there are also those who are going to fail, like find they have F9s.
Now, that one is going to be determined by UNEB. You see, people talk about UNEB's work, but things of UNEB are confidential. You cannot easily say this is going to be done, this is going to be done. Yes. Okay. But we are going to leave UNEB to handle. Then when UNEB releases exams, we shall say this is what they have done. And we shall copy from there.
Okay.
Yes.
But I believe you've been marking these students, maybe like mock the papers. How do you think their performance is? Let's center to where you are. How is their performance?
Now, I didn't want to discuss issues of mocks because we have very many mock bodies. We have this one, we have that one, we have it. But those ones are trying to bring out a picture of the final what? Exam. And now people are just comparing. Hey, this body is set like this. The setting still has been a challenge.
It has been different also.
It has been a challenge.
Okay.
When UNEB is setting, they are following different things. So people have not yet mastered. But we are waiting for UNEB. UNEB gave sample papers. So people who are setting are now trying to look at the sample papers and do the setting. But still, when UNEB did it, it came to the field. They are trying to inquire, how have you looked at those papers we have? Where should we improve? So it is like UNEB was also still preparing. So it doesn't mean that the sample paper that UNEB brought the way it was set will be the way the final exam. You might find there are some things that have changed a bit. Yes.
All right. Well, I don't think we can go past this. Time has already caught us, but please give us your last remarks in regards to this discussion, and also maybe an overview for yourself.
The new curriculum has come to stay. I'm calling upon teachers to embrace it.
Okay.
So we should not have issues like, for me, I've been used to the old curriculum. Maybe if you want to leave the teaching profession. So let us try to embrace the teachers, the learners, all stakeholders. And it is good when you look at it. It is good. Let us embrace it, and it is going to make a very big impact on our nation.
Okay.
Yes. To parents, as we look at the situation now, I think the parent should look at the status of the school, should also look at himself or herself, and look for a school which is affordable. This business of saying somebody's child is in the other school, I should take their mine. So it is like we have classes. So the parent should look for a school which is what? Affordable. Matching with the financial stand.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Teachers, all teachers there, teaching in private schools, we call upon them to join the union, Uganda Private Teachers Union, such that we have what we call collective bargaining. We handle issues as a group, not as an individual. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukasa Joseph, for joining us here today. He is the Deputy General Secretary for Uganda Private Teachers Union, and yes, a big call for you. If you are a private teacher, please head on and join, because if you are doing things collectively, you can have a harmonized ground. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the discussion for you here today. But a very big call to the parents. You are struggling with school fees because you chose your neighbor's school. You did not look at your financial stand to take a child to a particular school. So please let us know our limits, let us know where we fall. But of course the discussion has been very wide. We pray that our children or the candidates this year who are going to be sitting for the new curriculum, results can be very, very interesting, so that it can give momentum to this new curriculum. Yes, he has said it, it is here to stay. Please let us all embrace it, those responsible. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you a lovely day. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Luke Majumba Alnaitwe, and Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe has been